Hey guys, welcome back and welcome to another reading. So, it's been a while. It's really good to be back here reading for you like this. As you know, this will be a general reading. It will be your, I don't know why I said it like that with an accent. It will be, you may be dealing with someone who's English. So this will be your 1 to 2 month look ahead, and if you're wanting to know what's really going on now, I suggest you check out the last month's videos. They'll give you some more present information, and what we'll be covering in this read will be for the next 1 to 2 months. It's a general read, so whatever comes through. I have quite a few decks here for you, oracles and tarot, and we're gonna pull cards to get as much as we need, right? As much as we want. All right. So overall, we got the King of Pentacles. So by and large, over the next 2 months, you'll be feeling pretty secure where your finances are concerned, where your position is in life. I think that there is a lot of comfort there. You know, you have the things that you need, and in some areas you have it in excess. So those particular needs are met. I don't think that that's something that you have to worry about over the next 2 months. Now, I could be wrong about that, and what you're worrying about is wanting to, or what you could potentially be worrying about is wanting to maintain it. Or what I could see you guys worrying about as well around this time is wanting more. Knowing that you can have more, knowing that more is out there, just waiting to be taken, and feeling like you're in a really good position to make some good money. Yeah. So the outlook is pretty positive. It's pretty optimistic. I do think that in your pursuit of some of these new ventures, it'd be wise not to take any unnecessary risks or to do anything that you know is only a short-term solution, or is only or something that's only temporary. There's the energy is here of permanence, and you just like your balls to the wall. I think that you feel like you can handle it all. Yeah. Your confidence is through the roof. I think that you guys are stepping on necks. You're definitely catching a lot of eyes. I do think that you're the source of a lot of adoration right now. I think that your can-do attitude is a very noticeable trait around this time. And I do also think that, you know, that kind of optimism and faith is essential to your success, but I don't get that it's blind faith, Leo. Like, this looks like informed faith, and You are doing some things that are a bit unconventional, and they might not be unconventional to a lot of different people, but it's different for you. There is someone who could be entering your life right now that their presence, this person could already be in your life, but you could just be recognizing this value in them. This is a person who you feel can do it all. This is a person who does the things that they say they're going to do. They're the kind of person who you feel safe investing in. They're the kind of person who you feel safe trusting. Either they or you have this ability to you guys really know how to fix a problem. And I think that it's easy for you to get on the same page because you and the people that you're dealing with, the circles that you're in right now, you're surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, with people who also don't tolerate certain things, with people who also have high standards. They say that if you want to be a millionaire, then you should hang out with millionaires, and for some of you, the opportunity is here to marry one. Now, you might be like, marriage? And the emperor flies out. But there's always a choice, right? And you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. You don't have to accept anything that maybe you don't feel ready to accept. But for a lot of you, I don't think that's the case. I think that you want different. I think that you want those things that you haven't been allowing yourself to have. For some of you, that is coming in the form of a person. For others of you, it's coming in the form of a position at work. It could be Six of Wands in reverse. As with anything, Leo, the only thing that can really get in the way of these things that you've been dreaming about, these wishes that you had maybe months ago, weeks ago, the only thing stopping them from coming into fruition is that thing that's always a possibility, where you get caught up in how you think other people view you or feel about you, where you are maybe getting distracted from the responsibilities that come with your role, that come with being in your position. And it's like those distractions are candy for you. They are temptation. They're the things that you lay awake dreaming about at night. They're the things that you can't stop thinking about, can't stop talking about. For some of you, there's someone who, the moment they start talking, you just don't want them to stop. Alright. So coming out here, we got authority. We mentioned something about position and status. We got birth, and power. Yeah, there's big Enter the Dragon energy. That's the title of this read. That's gonna be the title of this reading, because I think that there is just something coming into your life, or someone coming into your life, where you are this force just by the way that you are showing up in your relationships and showing up at work, showing up in different situations. It's like you're bringing to the situation what it needs. But the Ace of Swords is in reverse next to the Ace of Cups, which is concerning. And I just think that it's really important that you are honest. I'm not calling you a liar, but someone here is not a truther. And I think it's important to not obsess over what's being said to you, but rather get to the root of the matter, get to the heart of the matter, in an effort to understand why the truth is being obscured in the way that it is. Because I don't get that there are ill intentions here. I just think that maybe someone has difficulties they have difficulties expressing how difficult it can be at times. This could be you. And I think that if there are people around you who, which I'm sure there are, who support you, who love you, who are going to be there for you, just know that it's okay to reach out to these people who are waiting in the wings and allow them to show you that real love that you're not finding over here, over there. Wherever it is, it feels like there is a vacuum or a waste of effort. So this is a very fertile time for you in the way that the things that you have created, the things that you have built, your legacy, there's a lot of prosperity associated with them, and you're seeing the fruits of your labor in a very beautiful way around this time. It doesn't look like you're always honest about how difficult it is for you to keep things going, how challenging it gets at times to keep working and keep going despite the nasty facts that you know, or the unsettling things that you realize. But just know, though, you're not alone in realizing some of the things that you realize. I think that you're surrounded by at least one other person, could be an Aries, who has the same type of, or a Taurus, we're gonna say it's probably the Aries. The Aries. I think the Taurus is, if you're dealing with the Taurus, this person has some things to learn. There's just no easy way of saying that, and the thing is, maybe you don't know where to start with this person. And I think that there are issues with power, and issues with control, and issues with direction, issues with the accuracy of information, issues with how things are said. And people who are so quick to speak, so quick to argue, you know, they end up having to do a lot of repairing after the damage that they've done. And you may feel like you're the one who has to clean it up. There's someone who you just wish was not so lazy. Or you wish that they weren't such a disciplinarian or such a prude is what I'm getting to. There's a stickler here, and it's like they're not a stickler about all of the right things because they get it right sometimes. But this is someone who is 24/7 around the clock, always about the fire and brimstone, and doing things the quick and dirty way. You prefer a more aesthetically pleasing approach, or at least one that's more thought out, one that's more one that weighs all of the outcomes, and one that's not going to cost you anything. I hope I'm not being too vague. But my role here is not so much to interpret, I leave that to you. My role here is just to deliver. It's for you to put together and to find meaning in. At least I hope that you do. Now, I think that you have this no-nonsense nature to your energy, in the way that you are unwilling to put up with certain things for longer than you have to. And I think that when you see that perspective reflected back at you in a few different people, I think that it sweeps you off your feet. Because you care so much about this, about doing what's right, about the right thing being done. You don't want your intentions or the fact that you see it that way the fact that you appreciate seeing it in other people, you don't want to let all of that be clouded in your analysis about just how much you're doing or how you look or how you come off. I think that you can treat these people in your lives as comrades in arms, and I think that you can see it as a source of power for you, even in the way that you have some solidarity. That there are people around who do get it. There are people that are just that smart. They're the ones that you're not going to have to over-explain to, the ones that you're not going to have to repeat yourself to. They're the ones who, when you're explaining a concept to them, you don't have to talk to them like a child. You don't have to keep reminding them like a child. So I like that that's here. I really do. So let's keep going, shall we? Let's see what shamanic medicine is here for you. We got plant medicine. So at the bottom of this card it says truth, and this is one of my favorite oracles in this deck. The reason I think this card is so cool is, you know, this card is not for the faint of heart. The truth is here, waiting to be embraced about a situation, but you or somebody else, they have to want it. They have to be willing to let go of whatever narrative that they've been clinging to. Let go of whatever story they've been telling themselves to sleep at night, to feel better about themselves, to feel better about their decisions, in order to embrace reality, in order to embrace exactly what's in front of them. So there are several situations that you're in right now or will be in within the next few weeks, within the next month or two, where the truth is, it's going to seem like it's scarce, like good gold, but the fact of the matter is it's always there. But it's bitter. It's bitter. You could be smoking a lot of weed as well around this time. Some of you could have just, you know, picked it back up after a long break. You could also be listening to a lot of Drake. No, I'm thinking why Drake is coming through. Let's get some more here. Oops. So, going with the Egyptian now. Let's take a look at it. Feel that these are like this. This is like this. These are together. So let's talk about these cards some more, and we're going to start with the Ace of Cups, the Emperor, and the Six of Wands in reverse. This is someone who you do have a lot of love for. We got the Strength card flying out. So see these when I pull them out. So you have the Strength card here, Fortitude coming out, clarifying the Ace of Cups, the Emperor, and the Six of Wands. So this is someone who you do have a lot of love for. There's a lot of realness in this one. This is someone who you know you can trust, and you know that you can trust them because it's like in situations, it's like even in defeat, this is someone who is still winning. Even in defeat with that Six of Wands in reverse, this is someone who manages to come through situations unscathed, who manages to make it through situations unwounded, or maybe not even unwounded because there may be wounds, but they're not fatal. They're flesh wounds. So this is someone who you are either learning from in the coming days here, Leo, or you have this impact, you have this influence on someone's life. I think that the way that you are looking at situations, it's in a very objective, compassionate. Your approach, your strategies, they're very comprehensive. I'm getting a lot of that here. There could be Excel spreadsheets involved or graphs. There's a lot of detail here. So you're very detail oriented. What's interesting, the Wheel of Fortune is at the bottom of this deck, and it's also at the bottom of the Egyptian Tarot here. So very, very blessed, very fortunate you are around this time to either have this person in your life or to be this for someone, be this in a situation. Because I get the feeling that the environment is one that benefits from having someone real in the room. The environment is one that benefits from having someone there who's going to be willing to call certain things out, who's going to be willing to say the things that need to be said, who's not going to care about upsetting 1 or 10 people. Let's take a look at the Six of Wands in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse clarified by the Devil card. So very, very yeah. Someone is a money magnet down here. So strong in the face of adversity. You're someone who can't be broken. You're someone who doesn't allow the mayhem that's going on around you in the battlefield to blind you. Page of Wands and the Nine of Swords coming out next. I think that you are very vocal about the things that are not working, about the things that you don't think are going to work. And if you aren't already that way, I think that you're encouraged here to be, you're encouraged to speak up, to speak out. But tact is required here, the way that things are said. Let's take a look at the Fool, Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Swords in reverse. The way that things are said, the way that messages are delivered. Are they the truth? Six of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Seven of Swords. There's something that is being lost, or something that is being taken, something that was wrongfully lost or taken, something that wasn't true. The mishandling of the information is happening here. And it's something that is having an impact on money, or maybe you're concerned that it's going to. I just got the King of Pentacles at the bottom of this deck. I think we should talk about the King of Pentacles that's before us next. Cards just telling us where to go. The cards just telling us what's important. So, is this King of Wands a Taurus that's in your life? King of Wands clarified by the Page of Swords. This is someone who you feel like they hover. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You wonder if they're doing any work. You wonder if they are. You wonder what they believe in. You wonder why they're doing this. With the High Priestess card coming out. Why they do this, why they say this, why they are this way. And Temperance. Don't go looking for a fight with this person. The advice here is to continue to watch this from a distance. It's super corny, but this is the kind of situation that you do need to watch from a distance. I think that you have the ability to learn a lot. I think that you will see a lot. You'll notice a lot. That's kind of always been there, but maybe you've just been ignoring it because if this is someone close to you who you do have an impact or influence on their life, you may feel in some ways honored by the sense of camaraderie, honored by or happy about how much you have in common in certain areas and how well you click. But I think that there are parts of this person's personality or parts of this opportunity that you realize don't really line up with the vision, that there's a misalignment there. It needs some tuning, it needs some adjusting. I think that you're dealing with an energy that kind of errs on the side of the offensive, and I don't think that you are really with that. I think you have a hard time. Well, anyone would, but I just don't think you have a lot of respect for it, because you know that there's more than one way to kill. And I think that you guys don't ever really do it without a reason. You don't ever really do it without meaning being there. So when it comes to mindless or what seems to be mindless killing, what seems to be an abuse of power, that's the kind of thing that does keep you up. We got, you revoke consent for making out with someone after agreeing to making out with them earlier. They become upset with you. What would you do? So this is an interesting hypothetical card, and I think it fits this situation perfectly, where there is someone here who you've gotten into bed with, to use a what do we call it? And it's not quite an analogy, to use a phrase. We could be dealing with someone who you've gotten into bed with. You don't actually have had to have slept with this person, but the idea is that there are roots there. There's some connections have been made, and you have gotten you're intertwined, you're involved with this person in some way, shape, or form. And now it's at the point where you want to revoke that consent. You want to leave. You don't want to do it anymore. You're no longer in the mood. And after you express that, after you take the step, Leo, this is someone who is prone to getting upset, especially with this, because they may not necessarily want you to leave. It's still fun for them. But I don't think it's fun for you anymore. I think that you are changing your mind about it. I think that there's something that you're no longer into, and all this fire, the fire of Leo season, it's going to make you feel like you want to just charge in there guns blazing, tell someone about themselves. When you start connecting the dots, when you see what's really been going on. But don't do that. There is more than one way to kill. I get the sense that there's patience required here, but and don't mistake me, I'm not telling you to stay in something longer than you should. I just mean that we should all be slow to speak, slow to anger, and what's the third one? Emphasis on the slow to speak and the slow to anger. Meaning you should think about your responses, you should think about the message that you want to get across. I think that you can teach people how to treat you. You can teach people things about themselves as well, just based on how you respond to their behavior. Don't allow your buttons to be pushed. Don't allow this person to trigger you. I love that there's like what looks like a dove on that card. Okay, this one is, my appreciation of it attracts its essence to me. These are law of attraction cards. And this one has a note on the back, so I'm going to read that to you. An extremely effective use of your creative workshop is to ponder the aspects you appreciate regarding your most important subjects. Utilizing the workshop in this way accomplishes everything required for deliberate creation. In your emotion of appreciation, you are allowing that which you desire to manifest into your life experiences. So very important here that you practice gratitude and appreciation for the good that you have in life, for how far you've come, and that you focus on appreciating whatever you deem to be most important to you, whatever you deem to have value. It's like from that space, from that seat of appreciation and gratitude, there's so much more that can be done with creation in the way that that more that you may want to bring into this world, that more that you may want to go after, you'll be able to work towards it in a more deliberate way, in a more informed way, in a way that is more conducive to your success. So, slow to speak. Think about your responses. Think about the things that you want to say. Slow to anger. Do not allow people to push your buttons. I wish I knew the I'm gonna look this up. Hold on. Quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. That's James chapter 1 verse 19. So quick to listen. Ooh, how could we forget about that one? It's one of the most valuable ways that you're accumulating information, one of the most reliable ways. I think that your ears are open, you're tapped in, tuned in to what's going on around you, to what's being said, and discernment is really important here. And it's really going to help you not to overreact to certain things that are said to you, but rather to get to the core. To get to the core of the issue. This was your read. I'm really, really glad that you chose to watch this video. I'm also really glad to announce the launching of the Way Out podcast. It's available on Spotify. If you'd like to check out episode 1, Homeland, the topics discussed are belonging, individuality, empowerment, liberation, just to name a few. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys. I'm glad to be back, and I'll see you in the next one.